Hello, everybody. 99 it does. Happy Friday. How is everybody doing? Cheers, dears. Hope your weekend's going to be safe, healthy, and happy. And no drama. I provide the drama. So anyway, we're going to do a little thing to the mango moose knuckle there. And about him wanting to take over countries. Like he thinks he's Putin or something. So if you're new to the channel, give us a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. Don't cost a thing. I'm on a pension. I know about money and saving money. Don't have a choice. So there's that. So let's dig in. And everybody that's been with me for a while, welcome back. So I just want to talk to the mango moose knuckle and just tell him a little thing from Naughty Nana Does. You think, Donald Trump, you think that we, Canada, is going to be the 51st state. You think all Canadians want to be American. Think again, Donny boy. Think again, you feckin' idiot. We know why you got such an interest in Canada. You were on your knees hard to Daddy Vladdy because he wants that Northeast Passage. Him and G want that land bad. Guess who owns it? That's who owns it. Not having it. We're not having it. It ain't going to happen. Russia's been trying that for decades. It's not going to happen. So how's that going to work out for you, Donny? You owe him big. And you ain't getting his first prize. Just saying. So Canada and Greenland are not for sale, Donny. You couldn't put two clicks together to gather a clue. Here's why you are incapable of running anything, including a deal to get Canada and Greenland. You ripped off St. Jude's Children's Hospital for kids with cancer. You greedy piece of shit. And you and your Trump lumps are forbidden, because of that, from ever running a charitable foundation in the state of New York ever again. You can't even conduct business in New York for 10 years. The two Trump lumps, your kids, they can't do business in New York for 3 years. And because you're so incompetent and such an idiot, you have a court-appointed babysitter to make sure you do what the sentence directed. Businessman? Really? Art of the deal? You didn't even write it, for Christ's sake. Tony Schwartz wrote that. You bankrupted everything you try to run because you think you know better. You don't. You really don't. And you think that your qualifications are good enough to run us, the Great White North? You think you can run the Great White North? Oh, you fucking idiot. Do you really think we would hand over our true north, strong and free, to you? You lapdog for Putin? Not happening. You can't even come into Canada because you're a felon. Remember, we booted your pimp grandfather out of Canada. We got rid of him real fast. We have national health care. Free. I can go and get an operation at the hospital. Free. No bills. Senior citizens get discounts on meds. I have high blood pressure and high cholesterol, and my meds for 3 months was $4.91. My surgery I was in intensive care for 8 days in a coma, very specialized care. I was in the hospital for about 2 weeks. $0. $0. We only pay $35 for insulin up here. You pulled that back in America, and now people who rely on that to, live are back to $700 a month. You are an arsehole, Donny. We have a really good education system, and we can see and smell your bullshit all the way up here. We have high standards and regulations when it comes to climate control, food processing, transportation, healthcare, education, public safety, you name it. We have regulations and very high standards. We don't cut them back for anybody, not even billionaires, Donny. You turncoat bastard. You say you don't need anything from Canada? Be careful what you wish for, Donny. Be careful what you wish for. Do you realize how many red states will be affected by the tariffs that you're trying to put on Canada? And even worse, when we reciprocate? Think about it. New York, Michigan. Well, you won Michigan, but so it's not really a blue state, but I think there was something to do with voting machines and Elon Musk, because he's a genius and he knows all about voting machines and algorithms. Yeah, you said that live on TV. The Midwest, the eastern states all depend on Canada for their hydroelectric power. Now, both Ontario and Quebec have said, you tariff us, it's when the lights go out in America. Better line up for those generators. If you think housing shortages are bad now, just wait until you can't get your Canadian aluminum. It's very specialized. Softwood, steel, those apples that you lie about in the grocery store, BC apples, British Columbia, Canada. Yeah. Natural resources, you need batteries, you need lithium for that. That's up here. Great Lakes, well, maybe we could build a big dam around it and you don't get any fresh water from the Great Lakes. How about that? You were on a Zoom call with the World Economic Forum in Davos, and guess why you're on the Zoom call? Because you're a fucking felon, and they don't allow felons into their country. That's my guess. Just saying. And then you started ripping everyone apart, you thought, saying that you were going to tariff them. They're laughing at you, Donny. It's not the first time they laughed at you. They laughed at you at the UN, too. They're laughing at you, you orange clown. You said that they could all, if they didn't want to be tariffed, they could all come to the United States and build factories and make their products there. Otherwise, they're all going to get tariffed. Do you know how many countries were at that economic forum? Great foreign policy you got there, old Donny. And yes, I'm calling you Donny, not president. Rank has its privilege, but smell isn't everything. Now, they're figuring out ways, all those countries that you just friggin' dished really bad, they're all figuring how they can get America out of the equation. Canada, Mexico, the EU, Britain, Australia, they're all on our side, Donny. They're fighting for us. You are going to be that neighbor that the kids put that flaming bag of dog shit on the front door and then ring the doorbell, and the old daughter and old man comes out and tries to stomp it out. And then, oh, poor Walt Knott is going to have to guide you by the shoulders and bring you in and take off those shitty slippers of yours and change your pull-ups. It's just the way it's going to go, Donny. You're a weak man. You're a weak man who can't negotiate your way out of Putin's grasp on your weenus. Remember when you tried to fuck over Joe Biden and you released them 5,000 Taliban back into Afghanistan? 5,000 Taliban and ISIS prisoners. How many people are dying over there now because of those 5,000? They're running the fucking country, for Christ's sake, because of you. Joe Biden still got those soldiers out. They lost 13. But there would have been a lot more losses had they stayed. Just saying. They're not done bombing American bases over there either, by the way. It's not a war-free zone. You don't have that, Donny. You don't. In 4 days in office, you freed 1,500 January 6ers. 1,500. You want to get rid of all the brown crime and all the immigrants that are raping and murdering the children? Well, you let 1,500 of them bastards out onto the streets, and they're now arming themselves. Stuart Rhodes, he's getting the band back together. Enrique Terrio, he's getting his club back together too, and they're going on the road. So, you thought you were doing a good thing? No, you just screwed yourself into the ground 6 ways to Sundays. You got rid of lower drug prices. You are rounding up brown people by the hundreds. You are trying to get rid of the Constitution. You put restrictions on blue states' aid. Did you know California was the 5th largest economy in the world? and you're jealous because they run their state and they do better than you do running a whole country, you're such an idiot. You're such an idiot. Disaster relief to blue states, you're going to get rid of FEMA. Yeah, because you think these states, all those red states, can handle disasters on their own. Oh my God. Did you see how many people poured in to North Carolina, to Georgia, to Florida? Did you see how many people from all over the United States, both red states and blue states, and Canada, and Mexico, and Australia? Did you see how many people had to run down there to help them put out, get rid of the floods and get the damage out, scurried away? You went and spread a bunch of lies saying nobody was helping these people. You are so full of shit. Now you're going to leave them on their own to fend for themselves? You fucking asshole. You are such a big jerk. Oh my God. So you think Canada wants to be American with that shit happening? No. No. Our gun violence, we've had, I think maybe 13, 14 mass shootings in Canada's history. You get that a week down there. We don't want that shit. We banned all them assault weapons and stuff. And these big machetes and shit like that, talking about, what are you going to do, ban knives? Yes, we are. We have a $17.30 federal minimum wage. You think we want to go to a $7.25 minimum wage or a $2.30 server wage? Are you out of your mind? Well, sorry, yeah, you are out of your mind. And as our NDP member of Parliament, Charlie Angus, says, you are not welcome in Canada because you are a felon and a pervert. So to quote Doug and Bob McKenzie from the Great White North, take off, eh? The hoser. 99 loves you. Be good, be safe, and please take care of you first so you can take care of somebody else. I love you. Don't forget to subscribe.